Hi, I'm Sam. I'm an artist, graphic designer and illustrator from Leicester, England. I like traveling, creating, cooking, going to the game, jumping in the water and stuffing my face. In early 2023, I decided to put all my stuff into storage, sell my car and go traveling, embracing life as a digital nomad, flying around the world and working remotely in other countries. So far, it's been a blast. I've been making memories, exploring different cultures and embracing different ways of life. I've made a bunch of new friends, had a bunch of visitors from back home come out to stay with me, tried local cuisines, fell into tourist traps and had way too much sunshine. Some of my favourite days since I've been away are the days where I put the iPad in a bag, gone for a wander until I found somewhere to post up, enjoying the scenery and drawing something. So I want to bring you with me as I document my journey and try to adjust to life on the move, finding inspiration and living my dream of working and travelling, drawing and exploring. What's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of Drawing and Exploring with me, Sam Grubb. I'm in Tirana, the capital of Albania. It's 34 degrees today. It's absolutely scorching hot. I've been here about 3-4 days and yeah, it's roasting, but it's a nice place. I had a good day out yesterday exploring. Went to see what was around the place and there's plenty of greenery, there's plenty of shade, which is good. There was a nice little breeze coming through, same as today. And yesterday I spent most of my time in the capital, in the centre, kind of around literally where the name Tirana is on the map. So I spent a lot of time around there and I was looking around. And one thing that I kind of missed out yesterday, I saw some of the sites, it was cool. But one thing that I missed out yesterday that I'm keen to explore is this, they've got an artificial lake in the middle of the city. So I love to swim. I'm thinking like, I can't wait to have a dip in the water. It's absolutely boiling. And I'm thinking that might be a great choice. So today I figured I could go into the centre again, or I could go and explore that side of town. Either way, it's kind of 15 minutes in either direction from where I'm staying. So I think that's the plan. I'm going to go and have a look around the lake now, just see what's going on. And I think maybe find somewhere to draw around there, whether there's like, ideally, if there's a little cafe that overlooks the lake or somewhere with a bit of outdoor space, that'd be great. So yeah, I think that's the mission today. But yeah, Albania is cool. First impressions, it's like I said on the last episode, it feels kind of similar to Greek in terms of the houses and the stones and the roads and stuff, cars with the covers over them. And there's a lot of Greek dishes on the menu. I ate Greek food the first night I was here. Yesterday had some great traditional Albanian food. So that was cool, I'm excited. What else is going on? People take it slow and easy. Definitely feels like one of those Balkan countries. I'm walking along and I'm trying to chill. I'm not trying to walk quick and get sweaty and messy or whatever, and people are still walking super slow, just taking their time with it. So I feel like I need to adjust. But yeah, it's nice, it's quiet. It's not like I'm yet to find the hustle bustle middle of it. And yesterday I was like around a few of the top tourist places where they said to go. I went and checked out, there's a castle, Tirana Castle. I walked through there briefly. I might try and check that out again today. Looks like a nice little spot to have something to eat. But yeah, it's nice, it's chill. I think I can definitely do this for a month. But yeah, like I said, right now, onwards to the park, I'm going to go see a little bit more of Tirana. All right, I'm walking through the park now. It's roasting. I think every single video I record here, I'm just going to hammer home how hot it is because it's inescapable. But yeah, it's all like nice, posh places. Look at that. There's like a few little fancy restaurants and stuff that are in the park. And I'm kind of still on one of the main roads leading into it from the side of the park that I was on. But it's breathtaking. It's so quiet. There's no one here. It's really nice. And it's a bit up and down, hence why I've got a sweat on. But I think it's going to be really nice to take some walks here during my time here. But yeah, in terms of next steps, I was thinking maybe I'll walk into a park. There's a bunch of people. I could grab an ice cream. Not sure if that's like round this bend a little bit and it kind of opens up once you get to the middle of it. But either way, it's nice. It's quiet. So I think my plan is I need to kind of walk through this bit. If I kick around this little corner here, according to the map, I can cut through and come out sort of on the other side of Central, a part that I've not explored yet. And I'm thinking, if it's similar to how it was just here, there's going to be a bunch of little cafes that are next to the park and are pretty quiet. But yeah, in terms of what's getting drawn today, I've been thinking, so the last 2 episodes that I recorded, both of them randomly, just by chance, didn't have a character in the illustrations, which for me is odd. Like, I just got this path, I don't know, I'm following, I'm just having fun now. Yeah, I usually obviously draw characters all the time. And then randomly these last 2 compositions I didn't have characters, so I'm kind of itching to draw some characters and experiment a little bit. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm just going to do like a character heavy composition, try and draw some funny little guys. And normally it's cool with this character stuff because I can take these sketches forward and use them somewhere else or put something else into it. So yeah, that's the plan. Find a little spot, get the iPad out. iPad. Okay, Foresta Grid. What a little spot. I'll just find my way up a windy, windy little path in the middle of this park, and then out of nowhere this little spot just popped up on me. I thought, this is perfect. I seen that balcony and just thought, yeah, get some fresh air today, sit outside. So here we go, on with the character drive. Pure hell for 100 nights. That was on some podcast I was listening to. Pizzas, I said to her, dude, you got any food? He was like, yeah, we serve pizzas. I was like, mate, oh my god, perfect. So I was picking at that as I was drawing here, just bringing in the lucha mask for reference. Kind of want to start adding these to my artwork, because when I was in Mexico there was so much leeway with the design. You can just do anything as long as you got, I think as long as the kind of basic seams make sense and it looks like it's one that's, you know, got the right shape to it, then I think you can add anything. So expect to see more lucha masks in the future. There I was thinking to draw like a little animal or a little creature kind of having its face squeezed or whatever. I thought that's a bit sinister. I sort of just changed him to a little dude. I'm thinking the whole time I'm drawing this, if I can just get down like a few of the main sort of dudes, and then from there I can add more details and more characters and stuff, little bits of background. But yeah, first outline going on. I'm using a 5th generation iPad Pro. It's a 12.9 inch model, massive memory on it, which at the time I was like, yeah, sod it, just get the big one. And it still performs so well. It's my baby, I love it. I feel like my mum was big into her iPad, one of them boomers who loves the iPad. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not sure I really would get it, but then yeah, now I definitely do. It's like a little TV that follows me around the house. But yeah, using a 12.9 5th generation iPad Pro, a 2nd generation Apple Pencil. The software I'm using is called Procreate, and the brush that I'm using here, I think it's a stock brush called Foresta Grid. There's loads of brushes online. If there's any beginners, you can spend £8 and you get so much bang for your buck. People who make those brush packs, it's definitely worth seeking some out. But I like this one because it's just a little bit responsive, kind of feels like drawing with a fine liner, but you've got a little bit more control over it. You can add a little bit more pressure. Here, just trying to add some detail, flesh it out a little bit, fill in some of the gaps. Draw this dude's face.
Thinking like the Golden Mile, kind of looks like the dude from Golden Mile, not the Golden Mile, the Green Mile, sorry, he looks kind of like the dude from the Green Mile. Trying to draw the muscliest, most whammest guy I could conceive. This one more of a worrying, sticking his head in where it's not wanted, this guy. That's how I feel. I feel like the older I get, the more I draw bold men. I need to sort it and get back to drawing hair. I feel like it's such a cop-out just to draw everyone bold. So I think with this guy, did I end up adding, yeah, a little beanie to him, I think. So this is where I'll get to. I'll draw a bold dude, then I'm like, right, I need to add a little bit of detail on top of his head. And just go for the little beanie. He's very, I don't know, sticking his head around the corner. He's got his earrings in at least. See what I mean about this brush then? So here, like, I think I've changed the width, the size of the brush. And with this guy, I really like it because it was, you can get a lot of detail and a lot of kind of contour at the end of a line. It's funny, the guy who served the pizza in the place kept coming over to see what I was working on, and where I was sat was by the door out to the balcony from where you'd serve, like from the kitchen. And every time he comes over, it's like this arch of this naked dude bent over. It's not when I'm drawing hands on shoulders or I'm drawing like the face or the beanie or whatever. It's always when this guy's got his ass in shot. I was thinking when I was drawing those characters there on the side, like this lady on the side of him, the eyebrows, I was trying to do them in one stroke, and it was really fun because I'm thinking, like, obviously wouldn't struggle to make the eyebrows symmetrical, so it was like a good test. I can confirm it was actually really hard. I'm glad that it's not something that I have to partake in. Yeah, here I'm building out, trying to like add more details, fill it out, more characters, get the text in there. I think that's my favourite thing on Procreate, the way you can highlight a section and kind of squeeze it in and make it smaller. And I'm sure it's the same for all digital illustration stuff, like whether people use Photoshop or whatever. But for me, it's my first time using that in the workflow, and it's very satisfying, very forgiving. Here I'm just using the stippling brush just to add like the seam textures on the lucha mask. A couple more flame details. Shadow layer going in. This is just to give everything a little bit of depth, make it, you know, fill out a little bit more. He's got his ankle monitor on. I wonder if these do gossip, you know, even though they're all part of the same body, whether they hold different opinions or stories potentially, and they all gossip to each other just as part of his body. And I wonder if there's any other female heads on his body that are out of sight, i.e. around the other side. This guy looks so big, man, like he's going to pop your head like a spot. Building up a little palette, you know the score here, a couple of swatches. Trying to add colour to each section, but make the same colour not touch twice if I can help it. So it's kind of like, you know, you get halfway through the piece and the colours of things are sometimes dictated to you, just because it's what makes sense and it's what's not going to touch. You know, if I can make it so that two sections of the same colour don't have to touch, I think it looks kind of even and spread out. More details for your dude in the top corner, old wide head just getting his face in. Sometimes you can colour drop, you can just drag and drop the colour into the section, but for some of those close-up bits it's easier just to get hands on bits like this. Here I'll change the colour just to a high contrast colour so I can see the bits that, because the background's white, so if I do that then I can pick out all the teeth and eyes. I know I'm not going to miss one. Here I'm trying to figure out the background colour, kind of like adding a new colour to the palette at this point. This is something I've been experimenting with recently, just trying to build in a little more texture using this chalk brush in the foreground, and then trying to use a blend mode. I think I ended up going with maybe multiply, what was it, or overlay? Maybe I'll go overlay. I like this. I think sometimes it looks cool, and if you turn it down a little bit, it just adds a bit of colour to the black outline, which otherwise looks a bit flat and static. I think that's the problem with some digital artwork. Same thing here, trying to make a little chalky texture and then just add that to the outline just to lift it a little bit so it's not just an absolute thick black outline. Finally, some white highlights just picking out like the shines on the top of this dude's muscles. Do that guy's nose, do the lucha mask, give the ladies just a little bit more on their cheeks and stuff. This guy I'm looking at him, he looks kind of plain now, so I'm thinking that's a big section of the art where you could do with a little detail, so I think I'll go back through and just add a fair texture to him. All these guys getting a little touch on the veins as well. Everything's popping, everything's popping. Here, the fair texture just going in. Trying to lift it a little bit, just add some of those final details. I'm drinking a nice Coke Zero, so shout out to the brand. Some tattoos for your man here. Trying to flip it and get these two snakes to talk to each other. 1992 is the year I went with on this one. Family first. Both this guy's inked up. Skull and Crossbones. Michelle put her name in there just for good measure. All seeing eye. Fiddle with the background. What we doing? Trying to get a bit more colour out of it. I think I went with like this hot pink in the end to tie it together. Yeah. Here we go. 100 pure hell for 100 nights. I think this guy's my favourite, the big muscly guy. Me and my friends used to play this game where we'll not look at each other's paper and try to draw the hardest guy we could. He could have guns for arms or whatever. And some big rippling muscles was always my start point. But yeah, happy with this. It felt nice to just draw some characters and have some fun.
Drawing finished. Found the lake as well, which was literally just a moment down the road from where I was drawing, but it was just such a cool little spot. It was so quiet, I thought I'd sit there and take it. But I'm thinking dinner now, not massively starving. Ate that pizza, or most of it, when I was drawing, so I kind of just want something light, not too sure what. I just had a look. I found a little place that's just down the road. It's an 8-minute walk away. I can't remember if it was Turkish or something like that. They've got shawarma, and I've seen falafel there and stuff like that. So I think it should be pretty nice. I'm thinking, rather than get there and eat in, it's such a nice evening. The sun's just kind of doing its thing, ready to set. And it's such a nice evening that I'm thinking I might just grab it to take away and come sit back at the spot by the lake where I was. It's really nice around there. Not obviously first time I've been down there, and it was so cool, such a chill vibe. There's loads of places to eat and overlook the water. Some people were fishing, feeding the ducks. So I think if I get this to go, work up a bit of an appetite on the way there and back, and then pull up somewhere around the lake and dine al fresco. I don't know who I think I am.
Yeah, man, got this from Hayal Et. So originally I was trying to go to the place that I mentioned with the falafel on the menu. Got all the way there, and then I think it was either closed or I couldn't find it, but either way it didn't happen. So I found a Turkish spot. I said I was going to keep it light and end up getting a kebab and rice and bread and all this other stuff, but whatever, Sunday. And a bit of an appetite had been worked up. The hummus was great, the bread was great. Put that little dip in the esme like a spicy chili turkey salad. You can see there strings gone behind the ears like a pro. When I say turkey salad, I don't mean a salad with turkey in it. I mean a salad from Turkey. They call it a salad, but it's kind of like a hot sauce, but an absolute essential. Double dip in there, look, straight down buff. More water. Love eating with a big 2-litre bottle of water. That's like one of my hobbies. Get the pepper down. Nothing like grilled veggies, man. One of my favourites. Going to work here, we had the bulgur wheat, the bread that was underneath the meat, a little grilled tomato that I left to it. Made a couple of friends along the way. I give them a bit of bread. This guy couldn't see it. Then they stuck around wanting more.
I think that genuinely might be the most scenic kebab I've ever had in my whole life. And had the old boys there just over the back playing the tunes as well. What a setting, what a place. Really starting to enjoy it here, cool vibe. There's a lot of people down here just having like late night picnics and hanging out and stuff like that. So I figured that I'm going to end up down here a bit more. But yeah, I just want to finish the episode by signing off, saying thanks to anyone who tuned in. If you're my people, thanks for watching. If you're not, thanks for finding us. And there's the boys. Yeah, so they're saying hello, my friend. But yeah, I just want to shout out the socials as well. If you want to follow and see some more of my work, probably the best place is the Instagram. That's where I post the most. So if you go to Instagram, the Instagram is @SamGrubArt. As is the TikTok. If you go to TikTok, Sam Grub Art also. For a wider view, some bigger pieces for bigger clients and a little bit more, not really the stuff that I post to Instagram, other pieces might be bigger stuff or whatever. You can check out my portfolio website. That's samgrub.co.uk. And one thing that I keep forgetting to shout out, and I don't want to hammer this home too much, but I keep forgetting to mention it, my shop is on the website. So you can go to samgrub.co.uk and click through, or you can go shop.samgrub.co.uk. Bunch of t-shirts, stickers, posters, things like that. So check out the shop. But the main reason we're all here, as I always say, the real kind of reason why I wanted to start this thing, and the penny dropped and I thought, yeah, I'm going to do a YouTube series, is I'm trying to expand my client list. I want to meet some random people from around the world who want artwork commissioning. So if you and your friend are launching a business where you're making socks and you want some illustrations to go on cool pairs of socks, or I don't know, anything, get in touch. I'll be the man for the job. You can contact me at contactdrawingandexploring@gmail.com. And you've seen the nature of the work, you know the sort of things I do, you know my style. So if you like the style and you want me to do something, reach out, because I want to keep this thing going. And I want to get to a point where this is self-sustaining. I get out on a Saturday, go to record an episode, and I'm in Albania. And I'm like, right, I've got this work to do for this client who reached out. And I can do the work, I can give a bit of promo, and I think it'll all be a bit full circle. But yeah, I've spent the whole day around the park and the lake. No problem, got some work done, so I was productive. Ate a beautiful kebab. Tirana's cooled down a little bit. It's not as hot as it was. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off for the day. Tonight, I've got one of the true joys of being abroad, which is the big supermarket trip abroad. So I'm gonna go and have a look and see what I can find into the big supermarket. I've got about an hour, and then it's Scotland versus Hungary in the European Championships. And it might be Scotland's first qualification to the knockout stages of a major tournament ever. So thinking get the big shop done as quick as possible, get back and watch that. But yeah, I'm signing off for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Sam Grubb, and this has been another episode of Drawing and Exploring.